Why hello, you people from Earth and outer space. It is I, Alexander from the universe. In this episode of Let's Rust, we're gonna have a look at another type of loop, the for loop. If you know something about other systems programming languages, you're gonna know that the for loop is a loop that's somewhat tricky to learn over the first time when you first see it. This is not the case for Rust. Rust actually has for loops defined in a way that a lot of high-level languages have it defined. It's really simple to the structure, but then in order to do cool stuff with it, you're gonna need some more knowledge on it. But for loops, just the way they are in Rust, they're beautiful, and they're really powerful as is. Let's get to that. Let's make a for loop. Now a for loop, just like we did in the previous episode on while loops, we created programs that would run for a certain amount of time depending on what value an index variable had. And a for loop will do all of that for you by iterating over a set of numbers. And it's really cool. You're gonna see in a second here. If we type in for, not fro, we type in for, and then we type in a variable that we want to bind to a certain set of number. So let's call this I, like we did in the previous episode, for an index variable in, and then we're gonna type in a sort of range of numbers. So let's say we want to print out, we want our index number to take on a range from 0 to 10. Now let's print this out before talking about how this works. Type in print line and print out the I variable, the index variable. If we were to run this now, it's gonna say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Isn't that strange? So this range will automatically set the I variable to different values depending on where in the loop we are. So as of right now, the loop starts at 0, then it's 1, then it's 2, all the way up to 9, and it ends on this number here, this 10, which is the reason as to why it's not printed out here. So this little expression here, 0 period period 10, is going to be converted into a sort of iterator which holds a sequence of values. This holds all the values from 0 to 10, but in a much faster way than that, because that would require a lot of memory. But it holds a set of values that we want to go over, which is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and ends on 10. And for every single number that's located inside of here, this body is going to be run for, whereas I is set to the current value that this loop has in store for us. So this is a neat little way of looping over a set of values that you feel like looping over. They're really handy. You can set them to the size of a collection and they can loop over set collection, and you can do a lot of things. You don't even need to type this in here. You could have an array, which we haven't talked about yet. You don't really know what that is, but it's really cool. You can do a lot of stuff with them. Keep them in mind, store them in your brain banks of information, and we'll talk about that at a later point. For now, use them. Do cool stuff with them, put stuff inside of these code blocks, do matches, do ifs, do amazing calculations, put a loop inside another loop, do cool stuff. Why, goodbye, you people from Earth and outer space. Feel free to leave a comment stating something not hilarious or perhaps even a lie. Until next time.